Three strikes and still beating. This is AK Thiagaraj. I came back from the cardiologist's office and my family was anxiously waiting for me. They must have been thinking, what is this idiot doing? His device fired and he didn't even tell us. But they held back. There was only mild disappointment, a little bit of anger wrapped in soft concern. They didn't want to stress me out. They were afraid the device might fire again. So they walked that tightrope, frustrated but careful, worried but gentle. They had to express concern without causing concern. We all tried to act as if nothing had happened and keep going, especially me. A couple of days later, my wife and I were shopping at Costco. No, I wasn't there to get a 12 pack of ICDs. They don't stock that. Who needs a dozen implantable defibrillators? It's not like you can gift wrap them for Christmas and give it to your friends and family. I was finally able to walk into Costco without worrying about catching a virus. After 2 years of pandemic panic, sanitizing carts, and dodging coughs, that anxiety had finally started to lift. And yet, something else had taken its place, a different kind of invisible threat, quieter, closer, wired into me. While I was struggling to load 100 roll pack of toilet paper into my cart, I got a call. It was for my electrophysiologist, my EP. I told him I was actually in Costco and needed to find a quiet place to talk. I walked around the store, phone in hand, looking like a confused Bluetooth dad. There is no quiet corner in Costco, just endless carts, TVs, and chaos. It was surreal, standing next to a stack of bulk peanuts, reeling from the fact that my heart had short circuited again. After quick pleasantries, he told me my primary cardiologist had texted him about the incident, the device firing, but he was currently in Hawaii on vacation with his family. Still, he wanted to check on me. I apologized for the inconvenience, making him call me during his break. But what could I do? It's not like I could tell my heart to behave until he got back. If he had given me a heads up about his trip, maybe I could have tried. He advised me to increase the dose of a med I was already taking. Said it had anti-arrhythmic properties. Just a temporary measure until he could evaluate in person. That gave me some reassurance. At least there was a plan. But it also made everything feel more real, more precarious. I told him to enjoy the rest of his vacation and almost joked, just don't go scuba diving and get shocked by a stingray. But I didn't. I like having an electrophysiologist. Didn't want to get kicked off the patient list. A couple of days into the higher dose, the side effects showed up. I felt drowsy, lethargic, my naps got longer, I didn't feel like doing anything. I was like, I can't take this fucking med anymore. I might just turn into a zombie. I couldn't wait for my EP to come back from vacation. The office visit finally happened. I told him bluntly about the side effects. He listened, then said, in that case, I'm going to put you on another med. It's very potent. It'll keep your heart rhythm in control. But it has terrible side effects: thyroid issues, kidney problems, lung damage. Not exactly comforting. I was like, so my heart will be fine, but the rest of me will wither? He probably sensed my sarcasm. He said, "Don't worry, try it for a few months. You had a traumatic event, the shock. Let's make sure it doesn't happen again for a while. Then we'll look at other options." He also said I shouldn't drive for 6 months. DMV rules again. What is it with people not wanting me to drive? So I started the new potent med. A couple of weeks in, no major side effects. So I said, good, let me take a break. I followed the EP path, took a vacation to Hawaii, Maui to be specific, with the family. Maui was surreal. People still wearing masks, pent up frustration from the lockdown boiling over. We managed a reasonably good time. But in the back of our minds, the same question: when will the device go off again? We even did the road to Hana. My poor wife had to drive the whole way. I was still banned from driving. We got back home after our flight got delayed 16 hours. 16 hours in a holding pattern. Thankfully, it was not just on the tarmac. When we finally walked through the front door of our house, it felt like we had been gone for a month. The trip was a pause. But the fear, the meds, the questions, they all followed me home like checked in luggage. For a while, things started to normalize. At the next EP visit, he confirmed no abnormal rhythms. The med was working. But I had to go get monthly blood tests to make sure my organs weren't shutting down. Then September rolled around. We had to move our older daughter into our college dorm. Even though the college was only a couple of hours away, I got emotional. After unpacking, photos, the last minute Target run, we stood outside her dorm. She was smiling, excited, nervous. But I just stood there, holding back tears, because part of me wondered, what if the device goes off again? What if she gets that call while studying for the midterms? What if she's not here next time? I hugged her tightly, took some selfies, told her to go live her life. But a piece of me stayed in that parking lot, watching her walk away. A couple of months went by. Then I started noticing my eyes hurting when I looked at bright lights, like my laptop or the TV. Didn't pay much attention at first. The holidays rolled around, plenty of distractions. We even hosted a Christmas party, our first big one since COVID. Everyone I invited showed up. Even people who used to think I was rude and obnoxious. Turns out, after a lockdown, people will take any excuse to leave the house, even if it means pretending to like me. If not, they could always leave nasty comments on Facebook. 2022 rolled in with cautious optimism. COVID contained, people vaccinated, checks from the government, home and stock prices going up. But my eye glare problem was getting worse. Work became impossible. My already low productivity hit rock bottom. I think my manager probably assumed I died from another heart attack. Zero output, just radio silence and a blinking cursor. But hey, the paychecks kept coming, so all good, right? Eventually, I went to the eye doctor. After hearing my symptoms and seeing my med list, he said the culprit was clear. The new potent anti-arrhythmic medicine I had started. Back to the EP's office. I said, Doc, you told me this med could damage my thyroid, lungs, kidneys, but you didn't say it would blow up my eyes. He nodded. Ha, rare side effect, less than 3%. I was like, why am I always on the fucking wrong side of everything? Even statistics? He said, let's discontinue it. It wasn't a long term plan anyway. There's another med, very clean, but it has to be loaded in a hospital setting. We'll see if you tolerate it. 3 days stay. Bring your laptop and phone. It'll be like Club Med Spa. Right. Another hospital stay. After discussing with my wife, I agreed. Not like I had a choice. So in February, I got admitted. No drama this time. Walked in on my own. They put me in a bed. No morphine this time. I thought I'd chill. Nope. Blood work and ECGs every few hours. I wondered what loading really meant. Turns out it's just medical code for we'll give you meds under supervision so you don't flatline in the lobby. The loading went smoothly. The EP kept increasing the dose. At one point, my ECG went berserk, so he backed it down. That's how we knew the previous dose was right. 3 days later, I was discharged with a new prescription. I walked out thinking, finally, this is over. I couldn't have been more wrong. That's the episode. If this one resonated with you, whether it's life going sideways, an important phone call at Costco, or a vacation that didn't go as planned, take a moment to rate, review, and share the show. It helps more people find it and maybe laugh through their own aftershocks. Beaten by life, still beating.